Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before you go. It's very easy to do, just click and forget. We're on Minecraft, we're on Bedrock Edition on the PlayStation 5, and it is the creative mode. This is part 4, he says, losing complete and utter track. This is basically this is the start of the true biome area. We've done the entrance tunnel, we've done the ticket kiosk foyer bit, and we've done the first wow factor entrance. Then it all leads into this. Yeah, it was a bit big. I'm not going to lie. It's quite a scale, to put it mildly. And yeah, so I'm not going to go too much into it on this one because it is what it is, and it's extremely obvious as to what's going on. I'm building something, but what there's a couple of things I wanted to say. Again, if you've been watching any of my previous videos, or if you've been following me for a while, at some point or other I have mentioned more than once my complete and utter inability to deal with numbers, mathematics. And it's basically I have dyscalculia, or dyscalculia, as I was first told. And then, the posh people started, no, it's dyscalculia, because it's not, it's like dyslexia. Yeah, those with dyslexia, people without dyslexia struggle to spell dyslexia. So let's give probably one of the weirdest and hardest words to spell to those that struggle with spelling. Yeah, I know, it's nasty. So I have dyscalculia. Which is dyslexia for numbers. That's the easiest way to describe it. And I didn't know I had this. My entire life I struggled with math. I would break out into a cold sweat if somebody asked me for the exact change. That's how bad it is. Believe me, there is a reason for this story. And I was working as a youth worker, and we had in our youth centre we had somebody that used to do what's it called? Kumon Maths. That was it. And she was fantastic. She was absolutely amazing. And just a throwaway comment one day, I turned around to her and I said, "Oh, you're a mathematics person. I have a real issue with math and anything to do with numbers and trying to work things out and so on and so forth." I said, "It's almost like dyslexia with numbers." And she went, "Oh, what, you mean dyscalculia?" And I went, "Sorry, what now?" And that's where it all started. Okay, so the reason I say that is because this build 100% relies on mathematics and stuff like that, whereas me, I'm trying to wing it, and it's more luck than judgment most of the time. But you will see me start to lay out little blocks, little nodules, especially along the top, in very specific increments. And the idea is, because, like I said, I struggle so much with numbers in general. Fives, yeah, your 5 times table, your 10 times table, probably even for me, it's like the easiest thing to deal with. It's the easiest numbers to picture in my head as well, like a graph. And that's how I work, and that's how I'm building this. This is how I'm laying everything out. Everything is in 5s and 10s. So when you see me in every now and again, I will go along and I will drop these little nodules, these blocks, and it's either in 5s, 10s, or even 20s. Yeah, so that's my the literally the only way I can build this, and using that method. And the reason I am drawing it to your attention, not only to kind of try and explain some weird behavior, that's pretty much most of my videos, but also it got me thinking there are probably people that would watch this and they're like, wow, that, how did you manage to, was it pure luck, or wow, you must be very cool being able to get something from that far away to actually link directly to this. Nah, honestly, luck and judgment and the 5 times table, or literally increments of 5s and 10s. So if whilst you're watching any of these builds, you know of people, or you yourself have issues with numbers and so on and so forth, and you would like to try and build something of this scale, anything like that, try that method, try this method, because it works. And it only, like I said, it's only while I'm doing this editing that it occurred to me, it's like, actually, this might be worth making a mention. Ignore it or pay attention to it. It's entirely up to you. But like I said, if, like me, you struggle greatly with math and numbers and just trying to get your head around things that, why won't that connect to this from that distance kind of thing, try this method, because it works. Or it works for me, so it must work. You know what I mean? It must be fairly successful. That's why I did it. So you got like a block there, that corner bit there, and I try also as much as I can. You will also say, so if you pay some attention to the coordinates, a lot of the time it's like, right, okay, so let's either make it slightly longer so that it ends on a nice round number, or make it shorter so it ends on a nice round number, so that I can then easily break it down and do the math kind of thing. With the weird wiggly bits and the side bits, I was just like, do you know what, I'm just going to wing that bit and go for it. But the main central build, and the more you watch this, the more it becomes evident, everything is in like 5, 10s, 20s. It's all round, nice, easy square round numbers, whatever they are. I don't know what they're called. And it is the only way I was able to actually achieve this build. So if you know anybody that has issues with numbers, and regardless of how old they are, if you're as old as I am, in my 50s, you would have basically been brought up, just thinking that you're stupid. A bit like the dyslexia side of things. Back in those days, it was very rare for somebody to actually be diagnosed and recognised with something like dyslexia. But dyslexia was more commonly recognised than dyscalculia ever has been. And it's weird, because, not being funny, numbers are as important as words. If you know anybody, or like I said, you yourself has ever struggled with it, look up dyscalculia. You'd be surprised at how much it covers, because it's not just numbers, it's dates, names, things like that. It's weird, really weird. But anyway, try this. If you can recognize the fact that you're not stupid, you have this thing, and it is a recognizable thing, that math, numbers, they just don't sit, they don't stay in your brain. Try this method of if you're ever playing this game and you ever wanted to do a crazy, but even small builds, try and do them in increments of the 5s and 10s and so on and so forth, because it works, and it's a lot easier. That may have been a completely irrelevant thing for me to say, but again, I would like to think that there is at least somebody out there that might be like, holy crap, I totally understand what you're saying. I totally recognize that kind of thing, and I'm going to try this, and yes, it works. Thank you very much. Or you may know somebody that has that problem, and and you'll recommend it to them. You could be all smart ass and be like, oh, you know what, I've been watching the way you struggle with your maths and stuff like that. Have you thought you might have dyscalculia? Do you know what I mean? Be smart, be clever. Take it. So yeah, there you go. And like I said, so you can see, there you go, these knobs here, they're all in 5s, so that from a distance I can literally see whether or not things will line up, and so from a distance I can literally run a line and know that if it comes to matching up with the dot at the other end, it's happy days. It's happy days. So it's almost like I'm building and working on an invisible graph paper. I think they're called graph papers, aren't they? You know the ones I mean, the blue ones with the grids. But yeah, that's why I do this, just in case you wonder. You may not even wonder, but as you can see left and right on there, you can see these just individual nobblers. They are there for a reason, and it's a visual, easy guide for me, and like I said, a very long-winded way of saying that. But it just reminded me that I've mentioned I have dyscalculia, but I've never really gone into it, and I've never really said if you know anybody, or if you yourself have struggled with numbers, this kind of thing might daunt you as much as it did me, but I have this process now where I can do this, so it's not as bad. And yeah, if you know anybody, just have a word with them, Google it yourself, see what you think, see what they think. And there's, like dyslexia, there's help out there in ways and means and stuff like that. But it helps being recognized, or recognizing that you're not stupid. It is a thing. You numbers blur into one, or they just, it's dyslexia with numbers. That's the easiest way I can describe it. And if you have a process that you can use, things like this become easier and less daunting. And that is the same for in life as well. So there you go. That was very deep. I do apologise, but I do also hope that it helps. I'm going to shut up now. Please enjoy this video. And as you can see, things are coming on very, very nicely. The overall finished product, again, I will say it, spoiler alert, it's pretty damn good, even if I say so myself. Anyway, on with the next video. See you then. Love you all.